Hello, Sacred Wild Sisters. This is Suzette Winona Summers, and it is a beautiful day here in Louisville, Kentucky. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit today about anger. I know when we've gone through difficult situations, poor relationships, anything like that, we experience bouts of anger. And anger is an emotion, something that comes up in us, we experience, and then it is meant to be let go, like the breath. We breathe in, we breathe out. Like water, it flows, right? It doesn't stay in one place. Or like the wind, it's a beautiful day here and it's windy, but the wind is moving, and our emotions are meant to be like that. They come in, we experience them, we give them permission to be, and then we release them and allow them to flow. Sometimes hi Karen, how are you? I'm glad you're here. When we start to have a problem with anger is when we hold on to it. We get resentful, we get vindictive. When something happens and you get angry and you experience it and then you let it go, it doesn't mean that you're giving permission for whatever the behavior was to continue, or that it was acceptable. You're just not holding on to it anymore. And when we hold on to anger or negative emotions, our vibration goes down. We begin to become more negative. Say something happened 5 years ago, and if you're still holding on to it, he cheated on me, or if he was nicer, I would be happier, or if she didn't treat me that way, I would be a different person. Those are things that happened in the past, and I understand the anger and I understand the sadness, but when we hold on to those things, we're really poisoning our own energy field, and our vibration lowers. It's like, there's a saying. What is the saying? Resentment burns the container within which it is held. And if we're the container and we're holding that resentment, we're hurting ourselves. There's also another saying, resentment is like taking poison and hoping the other person dies. What ends up happening is we're poisoning ourselves, we're hurting ourselves, we're becoming angrier, we carry that around with us, and it's like a permission to not release the other person. And one of the most powerful statements that I hold on to when I experience anger, or when somebody hurts me, or I feel like they did something that was unjust, I remember, hurt people hurt people. So they're only acting out of what has been done to them. They're hurt, and the only way they know how to respond is in the way they do, and sometimes that hurts people. And setting people free from that anger or that resentment, it sets us free ultimately. We step into their shoes and we see where they've been, and they don't know of any other way to respond. That doesn't mean we stay in a bad situation. That doesn't mean we give them permission to be abusive or mean or hurtful to us. It just means that we understand their hurt. And a lot of times, I know for me, what has kept me in situations where somebody's hurtful and I want to forgive them, I stay there because I want them to be different. And sometimes they just can't be. And the greatest compassion we can do for ourselves and for them is to understand they're hurt, and I can't change that for them, and the only person that I can change is myself, and what I'm willing to tolerate and how I'm willing to treat myself. And that makes all the difference in the world when we start prioritizing ourselves and knowing what we will stand for and what we will not stand for, and also releasing them because they're wounded. And probably we were drawn to them in one way or another because they were wounded, because we're compassionate and loving people. But we're not saviors, and we can't heal other people. We can give them tools if they're open to it, but if they're not open to it, then we can't do anything. So I hope this helps you some, to love yourself and to see the value in releasing others from your anger and resentment, because ultimately it releases yourself and it gives you freedom, and it allows you to raise your vibration and to take in all the good things. You know, if we stop focusing on the negative and start focusing on the positive, we suddenly find ourselves living in a beautiful world filled with joy, filled with power, and we start loving ourselves and having more confidence. And I wish that for all of you. Yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. And again, I have a 12-week program. I would love to walk you through the steps of this. If you'd like to learn more about that, you can private message me. You can also email me at summershawksong@gmail.com. That's summershawksong@gmail.com. All right. I love you. I know that you are powerful. I honor you. Bless you, sisters.